How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy the video. Subscribe, of course, if you guys haven't. Hit that bell notification button so you guys do not miss out on future videos or streams here on my channel. And head over to Twitch. Follow me there at Douglas447. And I'm going to try to speed run through this review because in the past week, I have been fighting this really bad head cold. But I wanted to talk about this movie and get this video out to you guys as soon as possible. So I apologize if I look like crap and my voice sounds kind of awful, but I'm feeling much better enough that I can hopefully talk to you guys for about 10 minutes about a movie. I've never had any interest or desire to watch this movie. The trailers and what I've heard from other people say about this movie didn't intrigue me, didn't interest me at all to watch this movie. And the only reason I ended up watching this film is because a good coworker of mine recommended for me to watch this because it is on Disney Plus. Of course, you guys can get this movie on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K, and all your other digital media outlets. But I watched this movie on Disney Plus because that's what I have. This movie came out in 1996, and you clearly can tell that this movie came out in 1996. This movie has not aged well whatsoever. It is about an hour and 21 minutes long, and it is rated PG. This also is a film based on a book, which I have not read, and I have no desire to read because this movie did not make me interested in reading the book. It's a good fantasy and stop motion action uh, adventure and animated film that I think most families will enjoy watching once. The voice casting for this movie was amazing, amazing lineup, including talent of Petey Postywait, I think is how you say his last name. He was the poacher that was trying to tranquilize and bring back a live T-Rex in Jurassic World 2, The Lost World, and also the actor that played the werewolf in Harry Potter 3, The Prisoner of Azkaban, David, was in this film, and both of them do a phenomenal job, whether it be being on screen or voice acting. This is a really fun film that is both good at being weird and has some really cool whimsical inventions, and it's just fun to watch and enjoy. This is an extremely bizarre film. This movie just goes out and does things that you do not expect this film to do. All of the Bud sidekicks are awesome, and I enjoyed them, especially when they were singing. This is filled with a good amount of jokes, a lot of bug jokes, and sometimes they can just go right over your head, and you can miss them sometimes because this movie is just bizarre. But if you pay attention, you'll notice them. Also, all the characters end up using their strengths and weaknesses to solve problems smartly and to defeat the dangers that are out there in the world, whether it be the mega shark, the mecha shark, or the zombie pirates. And the film focuses mostly on the bonds of friends and family. And honestly, guys, if you have a chance, I encourage you guys to at least watch this movie once. But then, other than that, it's kind of a watch once and done type of movie. I'm not gonna remember most of what happened in this movie, and honestly, I can't say like I can't recommend this highly, but I recommend it if you do have it on Disney Plus or you have a chance to watch it. Watch it once, just say, yeah, I watched James and the Giant Peach. Um, the marketing for this movie is horrible. The trailer doesn't tell you anything of what's actually going to happen in the movie, and it doesn't get you excited. The trailers, I watched the trailers before watching the movie. The trailers didn't get me excited or make me want to hate on the movie before I watched the movie. It's just like, here's a movie, watch it if you want. And I'm like, trailer should be building up hype for you to watch the film, and it doesn't do that. Next negative, this entire film happens because of crocodile tongues to transform James and all of the bugs into these creepy animated people and have them go on their adventure. Um, but the crocodile tongues are kind of like a offshoot of tobacco, so this movie happens because of tobacco. just saying it. The beginning first couple minutes of the movie was actually the most interesting because of like the groundwork that they were setting up at the initial start of the film was really cool. And then James's parents just die. Like it has a cool setup and then it just goes nowhere. Also, James's parents, they die off screen with no explanation except they got killed by a rhino. And then when you find out at the end of the movie that the rhino doesn't actually exist, and you're like, so what actually killed James's parents? You never get a concrete, logical explanation as to how did James's parents die. And yes, this movie needed to answer that question because of the emotional impact that it has on the rest of the movie. Like, if James's parents did not die, then James would not be with these two creepy aunts. He would never have gone on to this creepy tobacco-like adventure with all these creepy bugs, and he would never have arrived in New York City the way he does at the end of the movie. So, yeah, it does need explanation as to how and why James's parents just die. James's parents, they kind of remind me a lot of the family that adopts and takes care and watches over Harry Potter. Very, very similar in a lot of ways. James, when he does his singing, was horrible. He has a very cracky voice, kind of like mine, and he sounds worse than a chipmunk. He sounds worse than Alvin and the Chipmunks in this movie. So, yeah, did not like that. Um, and with that, I really kind of wish that this movie, like, this goes back to the marketing problem. This movie doesn't tell you that this movie is partially a musical. Like, there are some musical numbers in here, and they just come out of nowhere. And sometimes when the Bugs and James are singing, they're good, but then sometimes they drag on. And then some musical numbers are just really horrible. And I'm just like, if they cut out the musical parts of the movie, it probably would have been a better movie. Things happen with no logical reasonings. People constantly are put into dangerous situations, and they get put into things where they should die. But the film treats these dying-like scenarios like a Looney Tunes, and so people don't. The giant pizza ends up falling off of a cliff, and instead of it breaking apart and smashing into the rocks, it just lands into the ocean, and it's okay. Also, I don't think spiders have the ability to swim and hold their breath and swim for long periods of time under a freezing temperature of ice water. So there's various things happen in this movie that just require your brain to shut off, but I can't escape that. And then the finale of this movie is extremely bonkers and bizarre. It makes no logical sense, and it's actually kind of a dark ending for the film. I mean, it had a little light, but this movie's kind of dark, and that's surprising for a Disney movie. I mean, I applaud them for trying to make another dark-like film, but this movie fails, and its themes and its tones are just jumbled all over the place. And I honestly got to a point where I'm like halfway through the movie, I'm like, okay, this better pick up because I'm starting to fall asleep. Um, this movie is creepy. I'll give it that. This movie is creepy and bizarre, and it has a lot of bunker moments in it. This movie probably would be better if you guys were drunk and you just had a house party watching this movie and you didn't care all that much about the film actually happening. This is a movie that you plug in and watch, but you're more entertained by, hanging out with your friends and family. With that, guys, I'm going to give James and the Giant Peach a 6 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream.